He plateaued at that point. He never really got better than that. He didn't continue that career arc of becoming the better quarterback, the leader, the playoff games, the championship games, the Super Bowl. He never reached that. And when you don't reach that and you have all the skill set, and then the media can point out your bad body language, all of a sudden you're this bad player. And all the players say, oh, I don't pay attention to it. I don't read it. BS. I call BS. Yes, you do. You hear it. Your friends talk to you about it. Your family texts it to you. Your agent tells you. It's reasons why you can't get endorsement deals. You're 100% aware of what's going on. So, Cutler's out. He's out for, 3 or 4 weeks, something like that with the thumb injury. We'll see when he comes back, if they give the reins back to him or if Hoyer's playing his just good enough ball to let him have the starting position. It's kind of a sad story, really. I had high hopes for myself for Cutler. I thought he was going to be good. I liked what I saw under Shanahan. And I kept fooling myself. I kept buying the hype and drinking the Kool-Aid, thinking, oh, no, he's, you're going to see it this year. He's got the talent. He just needs to. I'm not there no more. He's no longer in that second-tier quarterbacks for me. He's now a third-tier quarterback in the NFL. He's going to have to prove it. Because I really think he's out there collecting a check and playing just because he can. Because he has the arm talent. Because he's intelligent. Not because he loves the game and he's passionate about it and wants to win. He's getting a great paycheck. Why give it up? That's what I think is going on. And, there's calls. Gruden said maybe it's time to part ways. Maybe it is. Maybe John Gruden's right. Maybe Jay Cutler and the Chicago Bears need to move on. Maybe Jay Cutler needs to take a serious look in the offseason, collect the offers that come in, and really figure out what's the best situation for him as a football player and not the best situation for him financially. Because he's made like $100 million already in his career. He's pretty set. All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to go over all the current records in the NFL, the ones that stand out, the ones that don't, the good, the bad, the ugly, and, of course, we'll get real. Hey, guys, the NFL is back. It's time to win some cash playing fantasy football. TheDirtCannon.com is a local company that has your back. They have produced over 60% winners on FanDuel, DraftKings, and now even Yahoo. TheDirtCannon.com will help you build, play, and win. Build a better team with TheDirtCannon.com. Use promo code RDST and get $5 off forever. And try the Silver membership this week for free. Visit TheDirtCannon.com. So my microphone's been muted for maybe 3 minutes. This is why we started the GoFundMe page for Real Deal Sports Talk. We have updated the mixer, the microphones, the cables, and we're having issues with the computer system. So we have started a GoFundMe page to try and alleviate and get some help in raising money to get a new computer system for the show. While you were listening to the long pause after the commercial break, I started talking about the current records. So, right now leading the AFC South, you have Houston at 2-0, who I think gets their first loss tomorrow night against New England. Tennessee in that division 1-1, and the other two teams 0-2 right now. I do think Jacksonville beats Baltimore this weekend. Baltimore and Pittsburgh are currently tied in the AFC North division, with Cincinnati having one win and Cleveland, of course, being 0-2 at this point. In the AFC East, we have New England with the 2-0 record. I expect them to move to 3-0, even with Mr. Brissett playing quarterback tomorrow night. I think this one really, more so than anything, comes down to Belichick's coaching style. The Jets are 1-1, and the other two teams in the division are winless. Denver is 2-0. Expect them to go to 3-0 this weekend in a very tough fought game, very close game, with the rest of the division being 1-1. Very impressed with what San Diego was able to do last week, albeit against Jacksonville. I did not expect Travis Benjamin to be able to do that. We'll now see if he can do that consistently. They did bring in McCluster, so expect them to do some kind of a shifty, quick, fast-paced offense from here on out, I'm sure. Moving on to the NFC side, Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Atlanta are all 1-1 in the NFC South. And New Orleans, of course, has lost 2 games by a touchdown or less so far. In the NFC East, you got the Giants and Philadelphia. Very surprised with Philadelphia being 2-0 at this point. You can only play who's on your schedule, and the young quarterback in Wentz has beat both of those opponents. Dallas is 1-1. Washington, of course, is 0-2. I did not expect them to do much in this division this year. However, I did pick Philadelphia to come in last in the division. Minnesota sitting at 2-0 on top of the NFC North. Their defense is pretty much going to have to carry them the rest of the season. I know they brought in Ronnie Hillman. I know Sam Bradford seemed great in the first game with Stephon Diggs. It's a lot to ask for that to be the norm for the rest of the season. We'll see what goes on there in Minnesota. Detroit should be 2-0. We're 1-1. We shot ourselves in the foot last week big time. Green Bay 1-1. Division matchup this week at Lambeau Field with the Lions. Could be a good one. Everybody's down on Rodgers right now. I'm not. Chicago, of course, is 0-2, and they're playing pitiful. Everybody in the NFC West is 1-1, but you're going to start seeing Arizona and Seattle, I'm sure, rise to the top. All right. The good is Josh McCown. Okay, if you guys didn't see his post-game speech, Cleveland Browns quarterback, go check it out. This is a guy that you would want to play for. This is a guy you'd want to play with. This is a guy you would want playing as your quarterback. He talks about teaching his son toughness, getting up, playing hurt, playing through injuries. And he also talks about he knows this is coming to the end of his career and he doesn't want to miss any snaps. It's an emotional moment. Check it out. It was something I really enjoyed seeing. The bad. The bad this week is definitely these creepy, realistic Tom Brady masks that are being worn. The one Wes Welker had, for instance, and the one Bleacher Report had made. They're super realistic looking. His head's supersized almost. But that is just, it's a bad look. Nobody needs that. And the ugly are the Browns organization right now. It's just ugly, with word coming out this week that they fired the scouts who were really pushing for Carson Wentz to be the quarterback there at the second pick that they traded out of. And they all lost their jobs for that. And now Cleveland's looking pretty silly as Carson Wentz is sitting 2-0 and they are sitting 0-2. All right, it's about that time in the show. You guys know what time it is. Let's get real. All right, so they're going to go ahead and fire the guys who clearly knew what they were talking about and making the number 2 pick in this year's NFL draft, Carson Wentz. Lost their jobs. Cleveland trades out of the pick. They're stuck now. Their quarterbacks are dropping like flies. You got teams like Dallas who's starting a rookie, albeit because, the starter got hurt. Kessler will be starting this week for the Browns because of the injuries. Another rookie that's going to start. He was the 93rd pick. Prescott was the 135th pick. Brissett was the 91st pick. He's going to start tomorrow night as a rookie. Carson Wentz was the 2nd pick. He's 2-0 so far as a starter. Then you got Jared Goff, number 1 overall pick, hasn't got a snap yet. Only active for 1 game so far. You got Paxton Lynch, another first-round pick, hasn't had any action yet. Now, I understand. There's this philosophy. You don't want to start a rookie quarterback. You don't want to start a rookie. You could break him. You could lose him. Blah! Get over it. If you draft him that high, if you got a plan for him, do it. Enact it. Let him play. Let him get their lumps. Let him learn. If they come back in the second season and they didn't learn, great. You know not to pick up their 5th-year option as a first-round pick. Or you know not to make a deal with them after their rookie contract's done. You're not going to lose a lot by, at that point, going, okay, Rook, you're going to the bench. We're going to ride out this contract. We're going to bring in a new starter next year. We're going to, do our best to get through. Look what the Broncos did with Tebow. All season, Elway kept saying, he's our quarterback right now. He's our starter right now. He prefaced it all the time. You had to know he was gone at the end of the year. You can do the same thing with any rookie. They play rookies at every position in the NFL. All the time. Happens all the time. And some excel, some don't. The ones who do can go on to have long careers. The ones who don't, sometimes they get better and they have good careers. Some of them, you figure out they were a bust and you move on. So start the rookies, get them out there, let them get their lumps, let them learn, see what you really have instead of putting too much time into a player that doesn't need it. And you know what? With that being said, y'all know what time it is. Until next time, just be real.